parents can experience negative emotions at times. Identifying hard feelings is the first step in resolving them. When we feel ineffective as parents, it affects the way that we respond to our kids. Our negative emotions, when not dealt with properly, can actually become barriers to healthy relationships. Before we go any further today, let's practice our breathing. With both feet on the ground, close your eyes and take 2 deep breaths. As you exhale, think about all the stress and frustration from this week leaving your mind and body. Now think about a time you did something really well. How does it feel to know you did a great job? Hold that feeling of accomplishment for a few moments. When we focus on our breathing for just a few seconds, it has the power to refocus our brains and position ourselves to keep moving forward. Parenting can be tough, and the way that we feel about ourselves or our progress can add to our stress and anxiety. Today, let's look at 3 emotions we need to address to be effective parents. Number 1, you can feel lonely even when you're surrounded by your kids. There are a lot of heartwarming emotions that come with parenting, but there is another feeling that can accompany the arrival of parenthood: loneliness. Life changes when little ones come, and the demands of becoming a parent can leave you feeling isolated and alone. It's quite normal to feel lonely as a parent, but it is necessary to take steps to move beyond it. It may sound strange, but the first step we can take against feeling lonely is to simply acknowledge it. Ignoring negative emotions will most likely cause them to worsen. However, when we can sit with this feeling for just a bit, even if it makes us uncomfortable, we may begin to understand why we feel this way. We are not created to live life alone, but oftentimes we can feel disconnected from the world. Being a part of a community can make parenting a little less challenging. When we feel lonely and isolated, most often the last thing we want to do is reach out. It can feel scary to be vulnerable. It can be hard to be brave. Number 2, comparison steals our confidence. Comparing is when, rather than focusing on our own strengths, we keep looking towards others and their strengths. Comparison can make you feel like a failure in your role as a parent. It often causes us to look down on ourselves and feel as if we're falling short. In this age of social media, where we are often bombarded with pictures and stories, it can make us feel awful about ourselves. A quick look on Facebook can start into a downward spiral into why we can't have it all together like they do. We need to remember people tend to only showcase the best of their lives online. When I compare the behind-the-scene looks of my own life with only the best parts that I see of someone else's, it will never add up. In other words, what you see is not necessarily what you get. Number 3, exhaustion makes every problem seem harder. Exhaustion can prevent us from making good decisions. It also makes it harder to control our emotions and communicate with others. Sleepless nights and full days take their toll on any parent. The constant lack of energy that accompanies us as moms and dads can often feel like a physical prison at times because it seems like we can't escape it. When we're tired, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. As parents, we can feel like we're pulled in so many different directions. Add to that our seemingly never-ending to-do list, and it can seem impossible. So, what can we do? When a parent is running on empty and every task appears larger than life, how can we keep going? Oftentimes, the best thing is just the next thing. Just do the next thing. Don't focus on everything that is demanding your attention right now. Just the next thing. Make dinner, then do your baby's bath, then pay the electric bill. Just get through the next task. Suddenly, the enormous is broken down into small steps, and small steps are easy to accomplish. Just do the next thing. Let's review our 3 points from today. Number 1, you can feel lonely even when you're surrounded by your kids. Number 2, comparison will steal your confidence. And number 3, exhaustion makes every problem seem harder. This is your reminder to do your highs, hurts, and hugs with your child. Tonight at bedtime, ask your child what was the best part of their day. Then ask what was the hardest or most difficult. Finally, give them a big hug and remind them of your love and how it will never change. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.